So that little voice in my head sometimes can be mean. So if you recall, a few short minutes ago, a that's a good word. A few short minutes ago, when I was looking at that rod popping up in the air, going, yeah, that's kind of weird that it sticks up in the air. And I decided, you know what, I'm sure it'll stay put. Well, it didn't stay put. The rod just popped out. Now I can't open my door. Oh, I opened it from the outside. Well, that's interesting. It wouldn't go from the other side. So anyway, I have to pull that apart and put that rod back in there, and I'm going to have to bend it. It's got a guide back there, I don't know if you recall seeing that, and then it's sticking up in the air, so I'm going to have to bend it down so that it stays put. Even though it was locked in there, there was enough tension pushing up on that thing to pop it out of there. So I get to repeat the whole thing and then get a pair of pliers and bend that sucker over. Although that should be all I have to do. I might be able to do it without pulling this out of here, but I still got to take the door off. Alright, we'll find out in a minute. Alright, so here we are. Here is the offending rod. And of course it's popped up. You know, really it's not sticking up that much. Just enough, I guess. But I guess I'm going to have to push it down in there. Give it a little bend right here so that it comes down. Because it goes through this little guide right there, so it's not going anywhere farther than that. So let me grab a pair of vice grips or something. I'll just give that a bend so that it's pointing down, and that ought to hold it, I hope. Okay, I got me a little pair of well-used vice grips. I'm just gonna, well, I can do it with one hand. I'm gonna actually go in this direction and just bend it down a little bit. This is pretty strong, so it's gonna take a little bit to get it to bend. Once it bends though, it should stay there. No problem. Stand by. Okay, so just took a little bend. I don't know if I can get in there and show you. Okay, there we go. See that the white thing is the grommet, and so now it sits below that, so when it's up in the grommet, the force of this thing is going to actually be pushing down below the grommet, so I should have no problem in there whatsoever. Let me reach in there and put that sucker on. Okay, so that's really tight now. I had to stretch it back in, so it's like almost pulling it already. So then I tried to bend this a little bit more, basically to stretch it out this time, because it's really tight now. I don't think it's going to come out of that grommet anymore. But, well, I'll have to close the door and make sure everything's hunky-dory, but this will stretch as it goes, so the more I use it, the better it's going to get to fit the way I really want it to, and it's not going to get any shorter, so I just have to be careful because that's really tight. Alright, it's worn out. It was working delightfully until it just popped right there, so I don't think it's going to pop again. I had to reach up under here to do it. No problem though. Alright, let's close this thing up and should be good to go again. And once again, here we are, back together. That's all it takes to open it. And it's latching good, so I like it. Alright, let's see how long this one lasts.